You're listening to New England Real Estate Journal Radio with Rick Kaplan, New England source for commercial real estate news. This is New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Welcome to the New England Real Estate Journal Radio Show. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson. We're here in the Seaport District at Salvatore's celebrating the Lupoli Company.
We are.
Actually, they're having the celebration, I should say.
They are. We're just partying with them.
And we're enjoying it as well. The food here is incredible.
It is. A new type of pizza coming out every 5 minutes.
And as you can see, a bunch of Sal's friends are here. There's a whole crowd behind us.
There is. Large crowd. Very exciting stuff. Everyone's happy to be celebrating the end of the year with Lupoli Companies. And plus, everyone's in the holiday spirit, so that's always a good thing.
That's right. And if you're not familiar with the Lupoli Companies, they have a project in Lawrence, Mass, Riverwalk, in Lowell, the Thorndike Mill, Dascombe Road in Andover, and Andover Medical Building in Andover are a few of their projects that they have going on. So if you'd like to find out more about Lupoli, they're in Lawrence, and you can contact them. Or you can contact us.
Or you can listen here in about 2 minutes as we bring on their boss.
That's right. We're going to bring on Sal Lupoli, and he's going to talk a little bit about
each and every one of these projects.
The Lupoli Companies. Yes, each and every one of his locations.
Nice. We're not letting them leave till we find out everything there is to know.
That's right. Until the food runs out.
If that's also true.
But
that's usually when we are cue to leave.
But we're going to be right back on Money Matters Radio Network with Sal.
Nice.
We'll be right back.
The next level in commercial real estate. This is New England Real Estate Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson, and we have sitting in between us is Sal Lupoli of the Lupoli Company. Good evening, Sal.
Hi, Rick. Thanks for having me, and thank you very much, Eric. I look forward to listening to the people's concerns today and some of their thoughts and their desires, but what a great opportunity to be here, and thank you very much.
Well, we appreciate you inviting us to this. We've got a great crowd here, and the food is exceptional. How'd you pick this restaurant?
I don't know. I got a guy. Everybody has a guy. I got a guy. His name's Salvatore.
Well, we want to talk about some of the projects you have. You're a busy guy.
Well, I do want to talk about some of the projects. And people always say that you're busy, on a side note, our hospitality division is the flag of Sal's Pizza and Salvatore's Restaurant. We have 50 retail stores. We've been in business for over 25 years now. We have almost 1,000 employees, which I'm most proud of. It's not the number of stores we open. It's not the food we sell. It's the number of employees I have. Because imagine we have 1,000 people for 25 years. In some instances, they've been paying their rent. They've been paying their mortgages. They've been putting their kids through school. That's a big deal to the Lupoli Companies because that's part of our culture.
Well, we had this conversation.
Yes, a great conversation.
Stop and talk for like 2 minutes, and we had about an hour conversation in your office. And this guy has got an incredible philosophy. And, I want people to hear exactly how you think.
That was a great conversation, Rick, and it was an easy conversation because you have the ability to make people feel comfortable. And as you started to make me feel more comfortable, I started telling you the things that were really important to me. Because who you are is where you came from. And the reason I say it that way is because I always come back to my family. I always come back to my culture. And the reason our organization, I like to feel that we're successful, and I'm saying it in a very humble way, but we're successful because we believe in family. We make family decisions when it comes to our business. What do I mean by that, Eric? When you come into lease space, you're not just another number. You're not talking to a guy or a gal that has to talk to somebody that has to have a board meeting on something. You're looking the owner of the real estate in the eye, and you're talking about what's important to you. And if it's important to you, it's important to our organization because you'll then say, we have to do things and help Sal. So it really starts to create the culture of a family relying upon each other. And I learned that from my mother and father. You know, and I have to say it just like that. I'm 48 years old, and still to today, I reference my mother and father, my family, this organization, the way we think, the way we act, the way we feel. I think of it that way in a culture that is only the way we know how to do things.
See, now, if you don't love this guy now, you're never gonna. But Sal, you know, you have all these projects that are going on. You have the River Walk in Lawrence, you have the Thorndike Mill in Lowell, and you have the Dascombe Road in Andover and the Andover Medical Building. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of those projects?
Well, you know, when you talk about the Lupoli Companies, people don't realize the opportunities that we possess in the real estate business. And that's really what we're talking about today. We're talking about that real estate business. So just to be so proud of what our team has accomplished, the projects we're talking about, if you were to aggregate one of our projects and you were to say, okay, what is one of the largest projects in the entire state of Massachusetts of contiguous real estate, you would have to say it's up in Lawrence, Massachusetts, owned by the Lupoli Companies. Because Riverwalk Properties is a mill project that we converted, these old abandoned mills that really helped get this country on its feet at the turn of the century. And I'll say that because some of the mills that we own, Eric, they actually produced the uniforms for World War I. Wow. So you want to talk about history, it's rich in history. And it's rich in job creation. And we've taken these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of square foot mills that are on the banks of the Merrimack River. That is really the first piece of real estate that abuts North Andover, and I think that's very important. We're at the bottom of the ramp on 495, so entry and exit into our complex is just getting off the highway on 495 and getting right back on in the same location. Easy on and off. You know, it's just really incredible. Across the street, Rick, there's one of the most expensive transportation centers ever built in the Merrimack Valley at a price tag of almost $33 million. Commuter rail right into Boston. You're in Boston in just over an hour. 800-car parking garage. Bus service in and out of the Merrimack Valley ends and starts in that transportation center. So that Riverwalk Properties, it's just over 2.5 million square feet. We started less than 10 years ago with virtually no companies. Today, mixed-use development. Today, over 200 companies. Today, over 4,500 people work there. And we're proud to tell you, Eric, it's probably home to some of the biggest companies in the world. We have Next Stage Medical, which has a market share of $1.2 billion with a B, 600 employees when they're finished. One of the largest medical device companies in the world, the 8th largest, I think, as a matter of fact. They make home dialysis machines. So that project over there, we have plenty of room. We just started a new phase. We have what's equivalent to the size of the Prudential building. The square footage and the size of the Prudential building in one building alone, we have that much square footage that we're working with, but yet the rest of the project, 98% occupancy. We have parking, we have accessibility. We create a campus-like environment. You ever go to a building, Rick, and in that building, that's all there is. It's very centric to that location. You want to go get a sandwich or a cup of coffee, the newspaper, a hair appointment, see a doctor, you got to get in your car and you drive. Well, one of the first things we did at Riverwalk was to create a campus-like environment. I actually gave customers discounts in order to bring that business to Riverwalk because I said that's what people need. For example, we have one of the largest daycare providers and early education centers in the entire valley. We gave them a discount that was a discount that they couldn't refuse, but here was the catch. You got to give every one of my tenants and their employees a discount on daycare.
Nice.
So imagine you come to Riverwalk, Rick, and you have the ability to bring your child. You're right across the parking lot, and you could see your child at lunch, but yet you're getting a discount cheaper than anywhere else you can go.
And I've been there.
At the daycare, Rick?
Not to the daycare.
Oh, all right. Just the building itself?
So that's one of our projects in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
People can't hear how passionate you are. Just from
I was
how
about to say Salvatore Lupoli for 2016 or 2018. Right?
Now you're talking.
Yeah, the way you speak, I thought you got me
what?
so excited that I don't even own this building. I thought I was part of it.
Do you want to make a difference? Do you want to have impact?
Of course.
If the answer is yes, how do you get in the game? Put me in the game. Because I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact. That's why you see our projects. If you look at our projects, they're just not centric to Lawrence, Massachusetts. I think that's very important. We also are building a portfolio, and I think this is very important. We're building a portfolio that really crosses over. For example, if zip code was an important attribute to your company, well, we're building one of the biggest projects in the Merrimack Valley, one of the biggest projects north of Boston. We're building that in Andover, Massachusetts, on Bascom Road. When we finish, we'll have almost 500,000 square feet of a mixed-use development. We have another project in Thorndike Mill Outlet on 145 Thorndike Street in Lowell, Massachusetts. We're building, when finished, 80 market-rate apartments and almost 100,000 square feet of mixed-use development. We call it job creation. So it's not just Lawrence, it's Lowell, it's Andover, and what else is great? What we specialize also is, let's say that a broker or a company came to us and they said to Sal, we have to be in this part of Massachusetts. We would find the real estate after we negotiated a lease with you. We would build that building to your specification, and then we would give you a 15 or 20-year lease.
Well, you got so much we could talk about.
I have one question before you guys. What came first, Salvatore the developer or Salvatore the pizza guy?
Never forget where you came from, right?
Yeah, right. That's why I want to know.
Sal's Pizza, baby, is where it's at.
Nice.
I went to Northeastern University. I graduated with honors in business. I created a concept while at Northeastern. It wasn't a business that I bought or I took over from a family member. It was strictly a concept that I knew I could scale very quickly, scale in an industry that I thought there was plenty of room. I didn't see a lot of barriers of entry. Believe it or not, in my business, I welcomed competition because we knew we had the best product. We built our business up. We're proud to tell you it's very public. We're almost a $40 million business, 1,000 employees. But having said that, it really opened the door up on a parallel basis to go into the real estate business. Right. We've been in the real estate business for 20 years. Okay. It's just we have one customer. It's the Lupoli Companies, right. our construction company. Okay. But what I think is important is the value of education. And I was just telling Rick, in 2011, I went back to school because I believe in education. I got my MBA from MIT Sloan. I took their MBA program over there. I immersed myself in the school for 1 year, over a year. And I was able to come out and be able to look through another series of different lenses, right? which I think is important. So,
but you can see Sal has a lot of passion for what he does and for his properties, and he also has a lot of feeling for all the tenants that come to his locations, lease from him. But we'd love to talk to you more, and we're going to have you on the show one day when we're in the studio.
Definitely a smooth talker as well.
But we wanted to come out and celebrate with you tonight.
Yeah, congratulations.
The Lupoli Companies.
Well, I really appreciate being on the show. I think it's a great opportunity. It's always a great opportunity when you have a forum of which you can talk about your culture and your passion for your business. Gentlemen, I run to work every day. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to make a difference in people's lives every day. I'm blessed to help people in their business and grow and expand. And that's just a great thing. And having said that, I'd love to get on the show and tell you more about it.
Yeah, we definitely. But we have to have like an hour show.
You think that's going to be enough, Rick?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it'll be a two-part show.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking a serious.
Right? But we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
Rick Kaplan and Eric Wilson, right here on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with Eric Wilson. And we have a quick recap with Gerry Lynn Darcy of tonight's event with the Lupoli Company at Salvatore's in the Seaport District.
Right. We're going to play that now for you.
But I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Gerry Lynn Darcy, and I have the privilege of leading the real estate division for Lupoli Companies. It's a company that has really transformed over the past year. We are a growing commercial real estate company, and over the past year, we've added to our asset portfolio, trending to over 3.5 million square feet of real estate. Our key asset is Riverwalk Properties, the Riverwalk campus. It's become a destination in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and I'm pleased to announce that the mayor is here from Lawrence. Our new mayor, we're very proud of that. Thank you for joining us. And I want to also say thank you to all of you. So all of you had a lot of initiative to come out here, or a lot of interest in the prizes that we're giving away. So it's got to be one of those two. But this is a Salvatore's restaurant, and it's a special place in our organization. And part of that comes from the ambition and the absolute innovation of our leader. Our leader is a wonderful man, a visionary, and I have the privilege of working with him each and every day. Boots on the ground, intimately involved in every transaction, and he helps us be nimble and agile as a company. We can make deals happen. We welcome all of you to come and really explore Riverwalk and our other assets. We recently added assets in Andover and Lowell. We're passionate about redevelopment. We're passionate about public-private partnerships where we can truly make a difference in the communities that we work in. Sal gives back to the community, and he is a very special person. Before I introduce him, I would like to also...
And that was Gerry Lynn Darcy, the Vice President of Real Estate for the Lupoli Company. And Eric, I think this deal is done.